going on, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of JR Takes. As always, Ryan and I are giving you the latest NFL news because, well, we're in week one now, and the time has finally arrived, and we got our first NFL game out of the way last night. The Eagles beat the Cowboys 24-20. I didn't get to watch any of the game, not a single second. It was kind of a bummer, but I did watch the highlights before starting up this episode, and I did like what I saw from really both teams. I just liked watching good football. It's just nice to have it back.
Yeah, beyond the lightning delay, it was a pretty entertaining game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we've got the Seahawks playing the Niners this weekend, and I don't know if you saw, but Mr. McCaff injury is on the cusp of maybe not playing.
Yeah, I mean, that would be a huge plus for us. Selfishly, I wanted him to play because I have him in a fantasy league. Mm-hmm. But I'll take that if it helps us win the game. And he's their best player, probably on either side of the ball when he's healthy. So definitely going to be a major factor, even if he does play, if he's not at 100%.
Yeah, and speaking of injuries, I don't know if you saw, but it looks like Uchenna, Jake Bobo, and Derek Young are all not going to be playing this weekend. Don't really know what happened with Jake Bobo.
It's still from the concussion he got in that Packers preseason game.
Okay.
Dude, it was...
I thought it was like really... thank God it wasn't.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, why are we even... Because he's a important role player on offense, and he's not fast. Why are we having him return punts? Always was a little mystifying to me.
Especially in a preseason game.
The third preseason, yeah. Didn't like that.
Yeah, that is a bit strange.
But all things considered, I did see Bradford show up on the injury report, which is not ideal because if he doesn't play, then we have Sundell kick out to right guard and then Olu play center. Not the worst case scenario because Olu was going to be our starting center before Sundell played his way into it. So it is a okay situation to be in, but I think you'd want Bradford out there ideally. But all things considered, both teams pretty healthy coming into this matchup. We didn't think that Uchenna would play going into the offseason. And then we also didn't think that like Ayuk or anyone like that's been seriously hurt on the 49ers was going to play. So both teams pretty healthy, but we are at home. It's our home opener. A lot of these guys on the 49ers, especially their receiving core, are brand new to that offense. You got to like playing them week one as opposed to playing them once they hit their stride, especially since the 49ers have such an easy schedule this year. They're probably going to rip off a few wins in a row. So I think we're getting them in a good time. We're at home. Sam Darnold's debut as a Seahawk, as well as DeMarcus Lawrence and a few others, Cooper Kupp. It's going to be an exciting game. My prediction, are we getting into predictions already?
Sure, why not?
I feel like this is going to be a little bit of a defensive slobber knocker.
Slobber knocker.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
I don't, but
it was either like that or slugfest. How often does one get to say slobber knocker?
I don't think I've ever heard that word ever.
Well, first time for everything.
Slobber knocker. All right. Do we win this slobber knocker?
I think we do. I think we win 20-17.
Okay. Yeah. I'm going to say, slobber knocker. Yeah, I could foresee it being like 3-0 at halftime.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah. That wouldn't surprise me.
New quarterback, it's like,
Yeah, maybe no McCaffrey. Our defense, I think, is going to really show up in a big way this game. So
yeah, I'm going to say we win this game 27-21. I think it will be like 3-0 or 6-3 at halftime, and then both offenses will get clicking because that seems to be like a common occurrence in a lot of games. Sorry. But let's see here. We got McCaffrey on the injury report potentially. Yeah, I don't know. I do that. I know they just got Brian Robinson, and they do have Isaac Guerendo back there, so even if McCaffrey doesn't play, I'm looking forward to seeing how our defense stacks up against this Niner offense because They've kind of had our number. I mean, not kind of. They just have had our number as of recent, especially at home. Because we won last year on the road, if I'm correct.
We did, yeah.
Yeah.
The Geno run to the end zone.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to seeing our defense and how good we can potentially look. And then on the offensive side of the ball, I know everyone's talking about running the football and Gary Kubiak and all that. Clint Kubiak, sorry. But
lots of coaches' sons coaching now in the league.
I know.
It's hard to get that right sometimes.
Yeah. But I'm looking forward to seeing Cooper Kupp and if he can still play at an elite level. Because if he can, this offense is going to be really fun to watch.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, with Charbonnet and Ken Walker, ideally, both of them healthy. On paper, that's a pretty scary offense. If Sam Darnold can play like a ghost buster and not a ghost seer.
That is a beautiful way to bring back that callback to his rookie season or
We'll
whenever
have to put
that
that
was.
in the promo for the app.
Yeah. I think that Kenneth Walker is going to remind people how good he is this season because he is perfectly suited to just go off in this Kubiak offense.
Mm-hmm.
This wide zone, a lot of stretch plays, a lot of opportunities for him to use that explosiveness that no other running back on our team has. He's one of the fastest players on this roster, might be. And I just saw a stat the other day that was looking at like the best 3-year stretch of all running backs of the last 20 years at breaking tackles. Funnily enough, Marshawn was number 1 from 2011 to 2014, but Kenneth Walker was like number 17 or something just in his career so far. And
That's pretty crazy considering his career workload.
I know, yeah. And then I saw another stat that was just like average broken tackles per play, and then like the x-axis was like just volume of plays, and he was like very low volume but off the charts for number of broken tackles per play. So I'm telling you, like, if this guy can stay healthy and just get opportunities, he's gonna have a 1,200 yard plus from scrimmage season coming up in this offense.
I feel like we've had so many good running backs over the past decade that just they've never been able to truly show everyone. Like, remember CJ Procise? Of course you do.
Yeah.
He was your guy, I feel like. But he was like a player I thought could have been an elite running back.
Yeah,
but
he
just
looked
could
special.
Could never play more than like 3 games in a season or something.
Chris Carson also showed up on that list, by the way.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
He was an angry runner.
I miss Chris Carson.
And he just looked mad all the time.
He was a special player. He was a fun watch.
Does Walker remind you of Chris Carson?
I feel like we haven't really, of all the backs we've had in the last 15 years, I feel like Walker is kind of in his own category because he's very much like a shifty kind of player, not so much a bowl you over like a lot of other
Almost
backs.
like a
we've had.
Darren Sproles kind of a
like
kind
a
of
bigger.
Chris Carson had some finesse to him, though.
He did, but
Really
and he did that crazy flip over the Panthers player in like 2019.
Yeah, he was a crazy athlete.
Yeah.
So what happened? Was he injury prone?
He had a horrible injury on his neck. He has like a metal thing fused onto his neck
God.
here. Yeah, it looked. I saw an X-ray of it, and I was like, he should not play football anymore.
And he didn't.
No.
That sucks.
Yeah, it's a bummer. He was a cool player. But yeah, I think the run game is going to show up in a big way. I think Darnold is going to debut with about 190 passing yards, 1 touchdown, and I'm predicting, well, I guess 1 touchdown for Kenneth Walker and then 2 Jason Myers field goals.
Nice. Yeah, I guess I don't really have a stat line prediction for Sam Darnold. I just hope that he can just manage the game well, I guess.
Yeah.
And not do these red zone interceptions that we've been so used to seeing with Geno over the past couple seasons. That's really just all I think we need from Sam in order to win this game, as long as our defense can look like I think they're capable of looking.
I think we're going to need to force 1 or 2 turnovers to win this game. I think if the 49ers play a complete, clean game, it's going to be tough to win. But I think we're going to force that turnover that we need to sway things in our favor. McDonald, historically against Brock Purdy, has forced a lot of errors out of him, especially if you go back to 2023 in that Ravens game of the 49ers. I think Purdy threw like 4 interceptions that game. So he sees something that a lot of other teams don't when it comes to defending this Shanahan offense, which is a lot of why I was so excited to hire Mike McDonald.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to seeing how he uses Nick Emmanwori because, I mean, he just seems like the next Cam for our defense. I know that's high praise for a guy that we haven't even seen play a snap in the NFL yet, but it's just it excites you because we obviously he's a first round talent and we got him early in the second. So just looking forward to seeing like hard hitting. I mean, I know you can't hit like the Legion of Boom did a decade ago, but having him back there with Witherspoon, just I don't know, it's really exciting.
Yeah, there's a lot of talent, a lot of new talent on this Seahawks team this year, from Lawrence and Emmanwori and just other guys we've added in the draft the last few years. It's exciting to see.
Is Tyrese Knight playing?
He is.
Okay.
And I know Woolen showed up on the injury report, but he's healthy. I just got a notification of that.
Sweet. So we're pretty much good to go, minus those three guys that I mentioned earlier.
Yeah, none of which I know Uchenna is an important player on this team, but I don't think anyone was expecting him to be ready for this game. So,
No.
Yeah.
I don't really have much else on the pregame for the Hawks. I am looking forward to a couple different games throughout the week one. I think the Monday night game will be really telling.
Who's the Monday night game again?
Vikings-Bears. That'll be an exciting game.
Yeah, I feel like the Bears have gotten a lot of off-season hype this season, and then J.J. McCarthy, like no one even knows what he is still.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a very telling game. Yeah.
I was kind of like not that. I mean, I still am not really high on J.J. McCarthy, but I thought about it the other day, and him going to Kevin O'Connell kind of makes me think he could develop into a good quarterback.
It's a very friendly system. I mean, look what Sam Darnold did in it last year.
Yeah,
after people
he won
had
14 freaking games.
wrote him off. So
yeah,
absolutely.
And especially with the supporting cast JJ has, he could be a special player. But I'm really looking forward to seeing if the Bears can do things
can win a game.
Yeah. Because, I mean, I feel like if they can't get shit going early on in the season, like, they're going to move off of Caleb because he holds on to the ball way too long.
Yeah.
That will be the reason.
That would be shocking. But, I mean, they did hire Ben Johnson, so if he can get the same kind of success that he had out of Jared Goff, like, with the guy with Caleb's talent, you'd think you could do better with him than what he was last year.
One would think.
Yeah. It's hard to win with Shane Waldron, as we all know.
Yeah. And then, honestly, I know this is kind of like not that exciting, but I am sort of looking forward to seeing like the Jaguars and if Travis Hunter can play on both sides of the ball for a whole game.
Yeah.
And like be healthy.
He'd be the first player I've watched in the NFL in 20 years that could do that. So
yeah, and I mean, I did see the other day he's 6'1", but he just looks so small out there. I don't know. Maybe I'm just hating on him because he went to Colorado, and I don't think that he can do what he did there in the NFL. But we'll see. That's why I'm looking forward to watching on Sunday.
We will see. Yeah. One last NFL note before we move on, I suppose. Abraham Lucas getting extended 3 years. $15 million a year, I think that is a tremendous deal for him and for the Seahawks, because you look at what some of these other guys are getting played that aren't even like top shelf right tackles. They're getting $20+ million a year. Mm-hmm. I think Abraham Lucas is better than a lot of those guys, and I just feel like if he was not banged up the last couple of years, we'd be paying him top dollar, and I just think it's an awesome move.
Yeah, and it kind of seems like those injuries he had at least last year are in the rearview mirror. I haven't heard anything about
Yeah.
any sort of health problems.
Yeah, it
So,
seems like he's finally healthy, so.
Yeah, and I don't know if you saw, but the Seahawks social media posted he like named the top 5 Seattle artists or like blind ranked them, and he immediately put Pearl Jam at 5. I don't know. I thought that was funny, just because like he put Jimi Hendrix at 1. So I was like, okay, that's pretty good.
That's a respectable list.
Yeah, but you want to move on to the unfortunate other team we have in Seattle?
If we have to, yeah.
Well, I heard a stat the other day, like, I don't know, 2 days ago, and it kind of explains how bad we truly have been. The Mariners are 30th. They're dead last in batting average with runners in scoring position. And I remember when I was like, I must have been like 14 or 15, we had a like little baseball camp for Narrows, and the coaches from Oregon State came and like talked to us, and we had like a hitting clinic or something. And I remember that they had just won the College World Series, and their coach was like, the things college scouts look for is batting average with runners in scoring position. That's like really important to them. And I was like, that makes a lot of sense. And here we are, dead last in that stat category.
One of the most important stats, probably.
Yeah, they're worse than the Rockies.
Jesus.
Yeah, and
how is that possible?
I don't know, but it's just like makes me think like, is there like some sort of superstition or something that the Mariners are like the players can't get through because we haven't made the fucking World Series or whatever, or we
won a division in 20 years.
Yeah, it's just so. I feel like they've hit rock bottom, but every time I think that, they just lose the next day, and then I'm like, well, this is worse than yesterday. So hopefully they can turn it around. But
are they out of the wild card spot right now?
Let's pull that up.
Because I remember, like, I just saw a meme the other day that was like 2 toilets hanging from strings, and it was like
the
Astros and Mariners fighting for the AL West.
I also saw that.
4 games behind the Astros, so that's not good.
Yeah, you'd rather be like 2 or.
And we're a game and a half up on the Rangers, which is insane because they had gone all the way to 500. We were 10 games above 500, and now like a week and a half later, they're right on our ass. So it's like, all right, we need like the narrative to flip, and we need to start winning some games and go on a streak, because if we just keep losing, we're going to miss the playoffs, and everyone should be fired.
Yeah, for real. It's such a bummer to be sitting here for, God, what feels like so many years in a row of being this fringe playoff team, being the Mariners, and just not doing good enough to get yourself in a position to go on a run. Like,
yeah.
How many years in a row has that happened?
It's been at least like 7.
Yeah.
Well,
I want to say.
The team is good, right? Like,
yeah, on paper they're pretty good.
Yeah, they're just situationally really bad from what it sounds like. Like, situationally the worst. Which
They
is
are.
like, how do you fix that?
Yeah, I don't know.
Is
But
it just bad luck, or?
I couldn't tell you, man. I really couldn't. I wish I could.
Yeah.
But
it's rare to see you at a loss for words with baseball.
yeah, I mean, I don't know. Hopefully, a couple days from now, we can be like, thank God they're back on track. They've won the last 2 out of 3 series. I don't know. We'll see, but I don't have high hopes for this team right now. I expect us to miss the playoffs. I'll put it that way.
Yeah, it's rough. Things are looking so good when we like traded for Gino and all that, and Josh Naylor, but
And yeah,
just how she goes sometimes.
yeah. Well, when you can't pitch, you're not going to win. So that's exactly how they've been playing. But on a brighter note, I'm looking forward to the NFL finally getting going this weekend. So
It's just good to be back, man. You forget how fun it is watching any NFL game until it's back. Then you're like, oh man, I have like 4 nights a week now to look forward to this.
Yeah, it's.
Isn't there a game tonight? Isn't the Chiefs?
The Chiefs and the Chargers. Who do you think's gonna win that game?
Chiefs.
Yeah, me too.
I just don't trust Justin Herbert to win.
Justin Herbert.
Game.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know. I just think the Chiefs are gonna run that division until I see them not doing it anymore. And Denver is getting so much hype. I think they're so overrated.
10-7 max.
Yeah, I agree. But anyway, that's pretty much all I had.
Same.
Looking forward to the game, and hopefully we can pick up that dub and do our reaction video and be in a good mood.
Yeah, it's important to start this season above the last few, I think, at 1-0, just because of how easy our schedule is and how easy the 49ers schedule is. Getting that game up early is going to be critical. So I'm already calling this a must-win, and we're not even there yet.
Must win, and it's the first game.
Stakes are high, baby. There's only 17 games.
Yeah, that's true. All right. Well, thanks for stopping by, guys. We'll see you on Sunday after the game.
Yep. See you then.